Ifeoma met Chuka during NYSC at the Osun State Orientation Camp. It was one of those dry camp nights where everyone was forming talent and trying too hard to impress. Chuka wasn't even trying. Guy was just vibing, cracking jokes with that kind of mad confidence only broke boys with inner peace have. He was loud, charismatic, not fine by conventional standards, but he had presence. When he walked in, people noticed, not because he had swag, but because his energy filled up space like perfume in a small room. If watched him from a distance that night. She was seated in her usual, "I'm not here to be noticed" posture. Crossed legs, resting face, earpiece plugged in, but not playing anything. She noticed Chuka because he didn't try too hard. He didn't come flirting like most camp clowns. Instead, he glanced at her once during one of his jokes, said something about, "Somebody's future wife dey eye me from corner," then winked and kept it moving. She smiled, then pretended she didn't. They didn't talk until a few days later when they were both on sanitation duty. He cracked one dry joke. She laughed. He teased her laugh. She insulted him. He said, "I like you like that." That was the first real conversation. From there, it became steady. Walks to Mammy Market. Joint night prayers with the NCCF crew. Debates about life, politics, feminism, and whether Gary should be taken with sugar or salt. They almost fought on that one. Chuka was drawn to her mind. She wasn't just fine. She was sharp. The kind of sharp that could cut through lies. She didn't take nonsense. She was real. No forming, no pretending. And even though she had this classy aura, she didn't act like her surname was a throne. Meanwhile, Ife loved how Chuka made her laugh like a child, how he listened, really listened, and remembered things she said in passing. He didn't come with the usual Naija boy alpha bay energy. He came like someone who had seen things and wasn't trying to impress. He just wanted to connect. Their friendship got deep, real quick. Other corpers started gossiping. "That Ife girl, don't they follow that Abba guy?" And yes, the Abba guy tag stuck. Some of her female friends warned her. "You know, say this kind guy no fit match your level now. No be love we go chop." But she didn't care. She wasn't stupid. She saw his potential. The boy had drive. He read books. He had ideas. He respected her. No pressure for sex. No forming alpha. And when he looked at her, it wasn't like he was seeing a trophy. He was seeing a partner. After NYSC, they kept in touch. He went back to Abba to hustle. Started doing small printing jobs from his cousin's shed. No capital, no connections, just vibes and energy. If moved back to Lagos and through her dad's help, landed a solid job in an investment firm. Her parents were proud until she told them about Chuka. CN, her father nearly had a stroke. "Abba, you went to the UK, got the best education, came back, and you want to marry a boy from Abba? You have disgraced us." Her mother cried for 3 days and started fasting. They thought it was a phase. It wasn't. She was serious. Meanwhile, Chuka was going through his own hell. He applied for jobs everywhere, banks, firms, even volunteered for NGOs. No luck. He started making business cards and flyers for churches, schools, weddings, anything that paid. The guy was grinding. I've helped when she could, but he always returned the money or found a way to make it feel like a gift. His pride wouldn't let him be a kept man. They fought a lot during this time. Long distance isn't beans. She was lonely, tired, and sometimes insecure. He was broke, frustrated, and felt inadequate. One time she told him, "I'm tired of waiting for you to make it. I need you now." He didn't respond for 2 days. When he finally did, he said, "I want to give you the life you deserve." but this grind is choking me. Just hold on." She did. Then, one December, she came to visit him in Aba for the first time. Chuka cleaned up his cousin's room, borrowed a standing fan, and cooked nonsense jollof rice with too much curry. She ate it all and smiled like it was made by a chef. She even helped him deliver banners to a customer. That night, they sat outside under mosquito assault and talked about their future. Kids, dreams, money, love. That was the night she knew she was marrying him. Rich or poor. The years rolled on. Chuka finally landed a big printing gig for a political campaign. Worked like a madman. He slept 3 hours a day, didn't even talk much during that period. Delivered like a beast. Got paid 2.5 million naira. That money changed everything. He upgraded his tools, got a small office space, hired one guy to help him, and started branding properly. Designed logos, corporate profiles, rebranded schools, churches, and politicians. The hustle started paying off. Slowly, but surely. He proposed to Ife with a modest ring he ordered from Instagram. Not flashy, but sincere. She said yes with tears in her eyes. Her father didn't show up to the wedding. Neither did her mom. They sent a text. "This is your decision. You will live with it." She cried like a baby before the wedding, not because of her parents, but because it hurt to be right and still be abandoned. Their wedding was small. Registry, few friends, 2 meat pies, and malt. But the love in that room? Thick, real, solid. They moved into a small apartment in Aja. If was still earning more. Sometimes it made Chuka feel small. He didn't say it, but she noticed. So she started letting him pay for things, even if she had to sneak the money back into his account. They fought, cried, apologized, learned, grew. One time, they were broke and had only 3,500 naira left. They argued over whether to use it to buy fuel or food. Eventually, they bought beans, gari, and pure water. That night, they sat on the floor, ate, and laughed till they cried. That was love in 4D. There were setbacks, too. Chuka lost a big client due to delivery delays. The debt almost buried him. He spiraled into depression, refused to get out of bed. Ife stood by him, prayed for him, dragged him to therapy, gave him space, but never left. That season taught them that love isn't just flowers and date nights. Sometimes love is dragging someone back to life when they've given up. A few years later, things changed. Chuka's business blew. He rebranded completely, signed on international clients, and started consulting for big companies. Money started flowing. They bought a small house in Lekki. If started her own consulting firm. They became that couple people look up to. Her parents came back when she had her first child. Her dad cried and said, "I was wrong." Chuka hugged him. No grudge, just healing. Now they go on vacations. They share bills. They still argue sometimes. But their love? A no, they shake. Because it was built in fire. And you know what's crazy? I've once said in an interview, I loved him when he had nothing, and he made me feel like I had everything. That's real love, bro. So next time someone tells you love can't survive in this generation, remind them of Ife and Chuka. It's not about money, vibes, or hot sex. It's about choosing each other again and again, even when it hurts, even when it's dry, even when it's dark. That's the kind of love that lasts. And yeah, if your love can't survive pure water and beans, forget champagne and sushi. Respectfully.